Anthony Edwards has one of the most fun personalities, but what he plays on his days off and who he listens to pre-game might still surprise you. First, let's kick it off with his childhood love.
Incredible! How did he make that shot?
Number 11, athletic phenom. When you see Ant playing basketball, it's easy to assume that he was born for it. His high-flying dunks and smooth stepbacks are as good as they come. But basketball wasn't even his first love. Growing up, Ant was all about football. He played running back, quarterback, and cornerback. The man could really do it all. He played youth football for the Atlanta Vikings and would become one of the country's best Pop Warner running backs by age 10. And it wasn't just football that interested him. He also starred in baseball. He acted as his team's fourth or fifth hitter. But ultimately, basketball took up all of Ant's attention. He switched his focus to basketball because it looked more fun after watching his brothers play. Ant first got his taste of playing basketball at his grandmother's house, and she has also played an important role in his basketball journey ever since. Number 10. The tragic story behind his jersey number. Every player seems to have a story behind their jersey number, but what sets Ant's story apart is its tragic nature. Ant wears the number 5 in honor of his mother and grandmother. Both of them passed away due to cancer during an 8-month span in 2015 when he was in 8th grade. They both passed on the 5th day of the month, and in their memory, Ant wore the number 5. After their tragic passing, Ant was raised by his sister, Antoinette, and brother Antoine, who shared legal custody over him. Since entering the league and proudly wearing number 5, Ant has taken his talents beyond the hardwood and even dabbled into Hollywood. Number 9. Hollywood future. Every NBA player needs some good acting chops. That's how you draw fouls and get away with travels or carries. But in the case of Ant, he actually has the acting ability to make it big in Hollywood. His talents were on full display as he starred in the sports drama Hustle. Adam Sandler produced and starred in the film as well, and Ant played the movie's main antagonist, Kermit Wiltz. His performance seemed so natural that people actually believed he was this smack-talking bad guy, when in reality, Ant comes across as a good dude, joking around with his teammates and delivering unforgettable highlights and quotes. Acting is just one of the many ventures that Edwards has going for him. Number 8. Business ventures. Ant not only has a high basketball IQ, but possesses a sharp business mind as well. He understands the digital era and how many opportunities lie in branding oneself properly and launching different business ventures. These include his YouTube channel, where he has an ongoing series called Chopping It Up with Ant-Man, and also his podcast, Drafted. And following in the footsteps of other great business-savvy players, Ant has even launched his own brand called AE5 Enterprises. Along with his businesses, Ant has also an ever-growing list of sponsors. Number 7. The growing list of endorsements. Ant is on the short list of future superstars. As a result, he has already amassed quite a laundry list of endorsements and sponsorships. These include world-famous brands like Adidas, Tissot, Panini, Foot Locker, Beats by Dre, Aura, Bose, Uber Eats, Air App, and Popeyes. So it is safe to say that Ant's personality and eye-catching play has translated to off-the-court success. On top of that, you can catch Ant in between your favorite TV shows as his Sprite commercials are always playing. One of the reasons why Ant has garnered so much attention is because of his record-setting play. Number 6. Record setter. At a young age, Ant has already begun to add his name to the history books. Some of his accomplishments include being the 3rd youngest player to score 40-plus points in NBA history, the first to record a stat line of at least 40 points, 9 rebounds, 3 blocks, 3 steals, and 5 three-pointers in a single game, and the 2nd player to score 40 points without an assist at 20 years old or younger. His record-breaking performances stretch into the playoffs as well, which really shows that he's a superstar in the making. Ant made some history in his first ever playoff game where he dropped 36 points, which were the most points ever scored by a Wolves player in their first career playoff game. In Game 2 of the Timberwolves' first-round playoff series against the Denver Nuggets, Edwards put up 41 points, which set a Timberwolves franchise record for the most points scored in a playoff game. He also joins Kobe Bryant with the 2nd most 30-point NBA playoff games before turning 22 years old. Ant also became the youngest player in NBA history to record at least 40 points and 5 made threes in a playoff game. He also joins guys like LeBron James, Luka Doncic, Ja Morant, and Tracy McGrady as the only 21-year-olds to ever score 40 points in a playoff game. Ant has done all of this while wearing Adidas, but if it was up to him, he might pick a different brand to rock on the court. Number 5, fan of Yeezys. Ant is a Yeezy fanatic. He has said that he owns every single shoe the company has made, including the slides. In fact, he loves wearing the slides on a day-to-day basis because it makes him look taller than he really is. Swaggy P, back in the day, actually did play a game in Yeezys, so maybe Ant can be the next guy to do it. And if there is a player who can pull them off on the court, it would be Ant-Man. But there is one thing that Ant loves more than his shoes, and that is his son, Ant Jr. Number 4, love for dogs. Apart from basketball, the thing Ant loves the most in the world is his bulldog, Ant Jr. He playfully calls his bulldog his son and has had him for years now. When it was just a puppy, Ant would let him sit on his chest and sleep while he played video games. Now, Ant Jr. has packed on a few pounds, but still prefers to sleep on top of Edwards. And when you look at how adorable Ant Jr. looks, we can't blame Edwards for spoiling him and letting him sleep wherever he liked. But one thing he doesn't share with his bulldog is his love for hot fries. Number 3, Chester's hot fries. So diet is a pretty important part of being an athlete. After all, what you put in your body is the fuel you use to excel in your sport. This is why it's shocking that Ant eats 3 bags of Chester hot fries a day. He considers them to be the best chips ever made, and if you do that math, 3 bags a day means 21 bags a week. And Ant even said that it's probably a little more than that in actuality. Not sure how long Ant can get away with eating whatever he wants, because as he gets older, he will have to dial in his diet. But for now, he better make use of his fast-acting metabolism. One way to burn off those extra calories is by picking up another sport to play. Number 2, loves bowling. As if being great at basketball, football, and baseball wasn't enough, Ant has gotten really into bowling in recent years. At first, he started off as all of us do, losing and trying to figure out the game. But quickly, he made the leap and became proficient at it, claiming that he could hit several strikes in a row easily. He even has his own bowling balls now and goes bowling almost every day. If there are a few days off between games, you can catch him at the bowling alley. In fact, he believes he's gotten good enough to go pro. But bowling isn't the only hidden talent of Edwards. Number 1, loves hip-hop. Even before he went viral for his highlight dunks, Ant-Man made the rounds for his well-crafted rap songs. In fact, some of them were so good that it was being compared to Lil Baby. Now this makes sense seeing that he is one of Ant's favorite rappers. Along with Lil Baby, Ant loves to listen to Future and his brother's records. But if you're wondering what he's listening to during pre-game shoot-arounds, the answer might surprise you. Nothing gets Ant fired up for a game like Nicki Minaj. He listens to Nicki before every game. Her songs must be the secret behind Ant's endless hustle energy, as he is always going all out from the second the game starts.